after the great sunset before, depending on how these videos turn out and where it places itself. I'm off to LA tomorrow for like a short trip, one night, 2 days. Yes, this is my more or less last proper chance to get a sunrise in San Francisco. I mean, I'm massively happy with the content and the photo that I've got, so I'm not complaining that end. I'm starting to want to utilise every last minute that I have here, but it's foggy at the moment. I'm going to a different part of town and it's in half an hour, so hopefully conditions will change. Am I happy? Am I not happy? So, first off, I think I am happy. Seems to be slightly kicking off now, so what I'm going to do quickly is I'm just going to get her ready. I'm a little bit overwhelmed by the sun yesterday, that I now have huge expectations. Today I've gone for like a really nice, simple composition. What I've got is, I'm looking at the Bay Bridge with these, I think it's the ruins of an old pier just in front of me. I've chucked a Lee medium 2-stop and a 3-stop full filter, bringing my exposure down to ISO 100, f11, 13 seconds. There's a thick layer of cloud that's come in and it's completely masked over. The cloud's starting to go into fog now, but basically the clouds behind it have caught and that has reflected onto the water, so there's like this really beautiful, just gentle pink glow to the scene. I think I like that it's maybe not as grand as it should be. It's something a little bit more subtle, something a bit more, I don't know, something a bit more lifelike. So, I don't know. I like that it's something different than I have been shooting already. Right, sunset mission today. The location we're going to is called Treasure Island. Basically, there's a bridge that I want to photograph, and in order to get to it, I have to go from San Francisco to this island, which the bridge passes through onto a beach. I don't know. So I'm getting my lift, which is coming in 3 minutes, and fingers crossed. So it is 4:44 now, and sunset is in an hour and 45 minutes, hour and a half. So basically I'm giving myself enough time to get out of rush hour and get down to my home. I don't know how I'm getting home, but as long as I can get there, that's fine. Right, let's see. Right, oh, thanks dude. Take care. I can currently update that have absolutely no clue where I am. I'm on a building site. You just can't make this stuff up. Catastrophe 1 of my sunset trip, I went to a location which I couldn't get onto. Even though I'd done some research, it shows that you can't actually get to the point that I wanted to go to. So there's a lovely lighthouse overlooked the bridge that I was trying to photograph. I need to make some very rash decisions on where and when I'm going to take this photograph. I've resulted into chasing a cat now. Can we all just accept that this has gone too far? Right, so safe to say this is not the location I need. Right, things that have already gone wrong today. My Uber, my Lyft, basically took a wrong turning along this bridge, which means we had to do the whole length of the bridge and come back just to get back to this spot. Once I got to the spot that I wanted to photograph, it turns out it's a part of the US Embassy, and I'm not allowed in. US government controls something. So I rang a little bell. They were like, nope. I was like, fair enough. I don't know how other photographers have gotten. I think there's probably holes in fences that you can climb down to. I don't fancy getting arrested today, so I'll leave that be. So basically, I then wandered along this way, saw a composition, ended up in a building site, and then have wandered back along here. I mean, in terms of my ride, basically I'm going to shoot this whilst I'm talking because the light's getting good. The ride itself was lovely. I met a very nice chap who we spoke about cameras and how about he travelled the world. But basically it was not what I needed to be talking about at that point. So yeah, I think I spoke to him for too long. He got confused about where I was going. We then took a wrong turning. So I've basically settled on composition number 2, which I still think is going to be pretty darn nice. Basically, I'm looking vertically towards the Bay Bridge rather than at the side with the skyline below it. Vertical composition, I seem to be, all I'm doing is vertical composition panoramas. A 0.3 soft edge and a 0.9 medium, because the sky was pretty harsh earlier. I could probably relieve some of that now, just because it is it's getting darker now. So basically I'm just going to shoot this panoramic image, try my luck. These clouds haven't all caught, but there's a little bit off into the distance. I'm just basically going to try that out. I've come all this way. I'm not going home without an image, basically. I think I have to wait about 45 minutes for my Lyft to turn up. So yes. Hopefully it's all going to be worth it though. It's definitely kept me on my toes. I've had to improvise what I've been doing, so yeah. Hopefully it'll be a nice end to a very eventful trip. So yeah, here you go. Oh my god, it's literally all going off now. As if by absolute bloody magic, my location has turned out. It has come back from the grave. It has revitalised basically the clouds above. It just started to catch, and oh my god. It's all going off. It's all going off. I'm literally focusing. I'm doing everything at the moment. I've literally don't know how I'm finding the time to even talk to the camera. There's clouds actually in the distance that are literally just coming in over the skyline, which is adding so much just depth and character to the scene. And there's clouds that are making like a tornado kind of look, should I say? And oh my god, it's just everything is going off. Everything looks amazing. I thought behind me the clouds were good, and to be honest, I'm going to be fair, they are definitely a lot better than the scene that I'm shooting, but it doesn't have the composition that I'm looking for. It's not got anything of what I'm wanting to shoot, so I'm just so happy that it's actually just turned out for a second. Kind of the hero story that this location was supposed to have. Extremely happy that we got what we got. So yeah, and I'm gonna quote it, the crazy game of landscape photography. What an evening I've had, and at least from this crazy evening I can walk back with a beautiful image to show for. As I said, you can't make this stuff up. Till next time,
See you then.